Fitin10 Nation, it is day 55 of the challenge. 360 hours to go. The countdown is on. You can still make, can you make a massive change? Yeah. You can still make some good change in 2 weeks, considering it's still 1/5 of the challenge. Plus you have some bonus days. So it's like 2.5 weeks really. Well, it could be, just depending on when you have your scan. All right, questions. Oh, before I give out questions, I didn't mention this, but I'm going to give out a 25% discount if you sign up before March 19th and you've never been a member of Fitin10. So if you have a spouse, this is actually somebody asked me this today, or a friend, whoever, but they haven't done the challenge, and you think they would be a good candidate for it, then I will give them 25% off. They have to sign up before the 19th of March in order to get 25% discount, okay? And of course, you guys are getting a 50% discount if you sign up for the same day, right? March 19th. So you got, what is it? You have a week. All right. Question here. Basically, this person's asking me, okay, so they're sick, they're having a hard time raising their heart rate. Is it because they're sick? Okay, so the short answer to this, I'm not sure. Now, maybe it's just your parasympathetic hormone, your parasympathetic nervous system taking over. Or maybe it's just that you can't push as hard. I'm not really sure. Usually when you're sick, quite often your heart rate is elevated. So I'm not really sure. I don't know. I'll have to look it up, see if I can find anything. But I don't really know what to say on this. Okay, so I'm sorry I can't help you on this. I just suspect maybe you just can't possibly push as hard. Is that possible? Is it possible you're not giving as much effort? I mean, generally when you're sick, you're not going to, your energy levels just aren't going to be the same, right? There are resources going to other things. So I don't know. Okay, this is a great question. Next one here, fiber. What do we do with fiber? This is a really, really good question. So here is my quick and hopefully not complicated rule. There's 2 types of fiber. All right, there is soluble and insoluble. So the insoluble goes right through you. Okay, so just so you're aware, fiber is counted as carbohydrate, or it's under the carbohydrate umbrella. But insoluble fiber goes right through you, so it can't really be counted if you're not digesting and absorbing the energy from it. Now, when it comes to soluble fiber, it's all over the board. There are different soluble fibers. So not all soluble fiber is exactly chemically the same. So some soluble fibers are, 1 calorie per gram. And there are others that are probably closer to 4 calories per gram. So on average, though, it's about 2 calories per gram. So what I do is I just say, okay, worst case scenario, all your fiber is soluble. All right, and so all your fiber is soluble, let's just say. So technically, if you have, let's say, 30 grams of soluble fiber, you're really getting 15 grams of carbs worth of calories, because it's worth half the energy. Okay, so that is my go-to rule. That is my conservative go-to rule for those of you who are really struggling with the carbohydrates. So what you can do is you can so let's just say, for argument's sake, you have 100 grams of carbohydrates per day. Let's say you eat 20 grams of fiber. Really, in essence, then you ate 10 grams of carbs. Does that make sense? So you have another 10 grams of carbs that you can have. Okay? I'll say it again. Insoluble fiber is free because it goes right through you, and soluble fiber, like I said, we're counting that as a half carbohydrate. All right, so because it's so hard to know exactly how much of what fibers and what, because usually packages don't break that down, like packages of food. Vegetables, we don't really know. I mean, we can look it up, I suppose, but it's gonna get way too tedious. We're just gonna say that all the fiber that you eat is soluble. That is a conservative measure. And then, so you can, whatever amount of fiber you have per day, you can cut that in half as carbohydrate calories, okay? Does that make sense? So again, if you have 20 grams of fiber, you technically had 10 grams of carbs. Just think of it that way, okay? Okay, if you had 30 grams of fiber, you technically had 15 grams of carbs. Okay, 40 grams of fiber, you technically had 20 grams of carbs. It's always half. All right, how we do for time? 6 minutes. All right, I want to get to the message of the day. Somebody here asked me a bunch of questions, by the way. I'll get to the rest of those. I want to read you something. So this is the message of the day. The message of the day goes like this. You get what you tolerate. All right, before I say this message comes from somebody I really, really look up to. His name is Bedros Keuilian. I know if you've done the challenge before, you've heard me talk about him. He is a guy who basically he built a fitness empire. He has a very interesting story. Grew up in poverty. His family escaped from Armenia when he was a young child. They escaped the communist regime. Came to the United States with absolutely nothing. Grew up very, very poor. Went through 20 years of struggle to finally build what I think is now I think he has over 900 gyms across the United States called Fit Body Bootcamp. Anyways, I used to be part of his mastermind group, and he wrote the following, okay? So, message of the day. You get what you tolerate. This is how life works. I wish someone would have beaten this into my damn head sooner. Truth is, I accepted average, mediocrity, and low standard from myself and others. Then I wondered why I wasn't happy. If you're dissatisfied with your life, income, health, mindset, or relationships, look in the mirror. In this life, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you tolerate. Expect more, demand more of yourself, set higher standards, do the work, pay your dues. You are owed exactly nothing. And I honestly, when I read this message, I get chills every time because, there's a few things I really liked about Bedros. One of them being that he's very pragmatic with whatever he tells you to do. But to me, it's like he speaks to me when he talks to me. And like, he just gets like right down to what the problem is. And this is so common, I think, with a lot of people. Perhaps not everybody. I know this speaks to me. Maybe it speaks to you as well. But one thing for sure is you get what you tolerate. I truly believe that. All right, so that is the message of the day. All right, you guys, positive energy, positive vibes. Believe in yourself. Submit and commit in this challenge. 15 days to go, officially speaking. And, for the love of God, give some gratitude. I will read you some more gratitude from myself near the end of this challenge, all right? So be thankful for everything you have, and I will talk to you guys all very soon. I am teaching tomorrow at 5 p.m., and it's going to be legs, okay? I will talk to you all very soon. I'm out of here. Have a wonderful evening. See ya.